today we are in the National Museum of Qatar, which is probably the most beautiful, the most immersive and well thought out museum I have ever been to on this planet. There's so much detail, attention to detail. It truly feels like you are in the desert, you are with the Bedouins, you are making the qahwa, the sounds, just everything about it really tickles all of your senses. It's also so kid friendly as well. There's so many different things that kids can do, that kids can see and touch, and things at their eye level as well. So I've been in Doha for not even one night, literally half a day, and I am so impressed. It is absolutely nothing I have experienced before. We're here until Monday, so we're here for about 5 days, 5 nights and 6 days. Because it is the summer, we are having to be a bit careful as to where we go and the itinerary that we choose. So we're not doing any beach visits or anything like that. We're just doing more of a city escape. And the area that we're staying at the Mandarin Oriental in downtown, in the central area. So it's really nice. It really reminds us a lot of Mayfair in London, which is really nice. It's a reminder of back home. So if you do plan on thinking about where to stay, it's a great location, and they're so good with kids as well. And they had a little teepee for kids set up already for us. They had kids toothbrushes and all things kids, and we haven't actually traveled properly with kids, so this is our first time actually experiencing a nice hotel with kids. So it was really nice to see kind of what to expect from a good hotel. Now we have our expectations and our bars really high for the future. Definitely recommend coming here. There's just so much to see, and you just learn a lot about the actual history of this region. So the environment, the landscape, the work that they used to do, things like pearl diving, and just you get to really understand the culture and the history and sort of the traditions that the guy said no longer really happen, a lot of them, but even things like the clothing, a lot of it is just not worn anymore, which is why you see it here in museums and not out and about. I thought I'd give you a quick rundown as to what I'm wearing as well. So this is an abaya from a brand called the Gaish or Gaish, Gaish. I thought it was so cute that the kids even got their own little bathrobe, which is the most adorable thing. This is so cool. This is the idea of risky play, and it says that the risk emotion and be able to regulate the risk emotion is really important to help kids regulate their fear and anger. That's so cool, because basically it's netted, so they were actually a little bit scared, and the fact that they had to take the risk and know that they're not going to fall is such an important emotion. I really like this one. I'm currently in Café Kitsuné, and this reminds me so much of being in London. There are so many London facing companies and brands and businesses and cafes that are here. Even next to the hotel, next to the Mandarin, is a Harrods Tea Room. And then I was reminded that actually Qatar owns so many of the London iconic buildings, hotels, areas, airports, things like that. So it makes sense that it reminds me a lot of the UK, more specifically of London. Okay, so this says that London has seen 368 billion pounds in investment from the Qatari government. Well, actually from the Qatar Investment Authority, the QIA, which is like a wealth fund basically. Let me tell you what they own in the UK, which blows your mind when you think about it. They own the entire Canary Wharf, like the whole financial district is owned by them. They bought it for 2.6 billion pounds in 2015. That's insane. Okay, they own the Shard as well, which is Europe's tallest building. That they own 95% of the building, which is basically the whole building. London Heathrow Airport, and Qatar owns about 20% of it. Yeah, of course, Harrods, Claridge's, five-star hotel Claridge's in London. So much, which is, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. I love this like outdoor courtyard square. It's just so pretty. And can you see? It's protected. So it's humid, it's a bit warm temperature wise, but actually it feels really like okay, even though it's like 47 degrees or something. I'm pretty sure they are like vents. I think so, because there's a lot of them, and I think they're doing a job. Good morning, guys. We are in the National Library of Qatar today. There's a beautiful children's library that we just spent some time in. There's also this exhibition in the like lower ground part, which looks like a bit of a maze. So the main library is up there, and this is where the kind of exhibition is. And it reminds me a lot of the museum that we were at yesterday, the Islamic art, the Museum of Islamic Art. And this library is located in Education City, or is it Educational City? I think it's called Education City, which is where all the universities are. So I drove past 2 or 3 different universities when we were getting here. I think a lot of events were held here in this particular Education City location during the World Cup. There's just so many books. Oh my gosh. Wow, like this category is recreation and leisure, social sciences, there's Islam, there's so much, and there's so much like workspace as well. There's so much less space, sociology, look how big it is. Oh my god. I've never been to a library this big before. Wow, wow, and wow.
Good afternoon and welcome to Harrods Tea Room, a special place for special people like you. Come on in, enjoy the Harrods experience.
This is supposed to be a spine chai, just to build up your appetite.
Okay, good.
Relax.
Love this. Okay, back in the hotel now for our like afternoon siesta. We had afternoon tea just now in Harrods, at Harrods Tea Room, which was so lovely. The customer service in this region of the world takes everything to the next level. Like, it doesn't matter if you go to the same restaurant or the same hotel based in the UK, based in London, when you are here, or like the UAE, and they are the nicest people. We always have such a laugh. Like, everything about the city honestly is just breathtaking. I haven't been somewhere where I have looked at every corner and have just had my breath taken away. And then following that, we came back, the kids napped, and we went to Harrods Tea Room. So yeah, it's literally around the corner. So if you are planning to come to Doha, especially if you come in the summer, I'd recommend staying at the Mandarin Oriental or like within the downtown like area, because I think it just gives you more flexibility for walking around a little bit, because you can walk for 5 minutes around here, 5-10 minutes around here, and it's okay. It's all shaded, it's all covered, so whilst you feel warm, you're not dying of heat. Whereas I think if you're like, let's say if you're like at the Ned or in one of the like hotel resorts, then you kind of are forced to either stay within the hotel or like get a taxi, get a car to come to these areas. So I love that we're just like a 2-3 minute walk away from all of these locations. So we literally walked to Harrods Tea Room in like 2 minutes, had our afternoon tea, which was so good. Like we basically wanted savory but also sweet, so this was the perfect combination. And it's so much cheaper than the London afternoon tea in Harrods. But I'm assuming, what I think is, it's because of the alcohol. In the UK, you're paying that price because it includes alcohol, even if you don't drink it, whereas here, of course, it doesn't. So I think that's why it's a lot less, but it was a nice surprise. Service was amazing. It just gave us this little like feel of being back in London. There's a tram that goes around the downtown area, and it's completely free. It's another reason why I love this area, because you can kind of just jump on a tram. It's like one of those like cable car kind of things within the city. So yeah, we might jump on there and just go around and then come back. And then in the evening, the plan is to go to the Amina district. If you have been to Doha, then let me know what were your favorite highlights when you came here, because I've got so many. But also I'd love to know what yours are if you came here like when it was a little bit cooler, and when you can go outside a bit more. Let me know what they are, because I'm saving them on a list for when I come back here.
Yeah, so free. Nice.
The next stop is Galleria Station, which is nearest to ساحة وادي مشير. تسوق وتناول الطعام
Made it to the Mina district. It is so beautiful right now, and it's basically sunset, so you can see. Look at that. We came at a good time. I think if you come here, definitely think about coming around sunset. This has to be one of my favorites. Wow, guys, look at the view. We dropped the kids off at this like play location that's right next to the mosque, so you can leave them there for half an hour. They're just in there. Look at that view. I didn't really go inside the shopping centre. I just wanted to kind of see the facade and the outside, and also every hour there's a fountain show, a bit like Dubai Mall. I ended up watching the fountain show at 10 p.m. Got there at like 9:20, 9:30. Watched the fountain show at 10, and then I left at like 10:15. I think when it comes to malls, it's a tough one, because of course, like, with this weather and like this time of year, the mall is like, it's not just, because when we think about a mall, we think about Westfield, right? As like us Londoners, we think of Westfield. It's just crowded, claustrophobic, and it's just shops. Whereas here, a mall is more than just shops. It's a destination. Like you've got like multiple areas for kids to play, arcade, like luxury hotels. You have all kinds of like fine dining, cafe. You have multiple food courts. There's honestly so much to do in a mall that it's not just the indoors, it's also like outdoors. And then on top of that, you have like events within the mall. So like you have a fountain show, and then like you have sort of even there's Galeries Lafayette, which I actually wanted to visit just because it reminded me of Paris, but it's not far from where I was today, but I just ended up, like, time-wise, I think it closed at 10 o'clock, so I just thought there's no point. But Galeries Lafayette has AC outside, which is really cool, so I think next time I come here I'm going to go and check it out, because apparently as soon as you, like, step into, like, the grounds of Galeries Lafayette, it's just really cool, even outside. So this is what I mean about malls. I think I've always said, like, I'm not a mall person, I don't like walking around in malls, but I think it feels like you're outside, like it feels really open, it doesn't feel like tight. Anyway, I thought I'd show you what I got. I literally went into one store as I was passing through to go to the fountains. Penhaligon's, I actually needed to get a travel perfume because the flight that we took did not allow, well, we didn't know because we're going by UK standards, but we didn't take any perfumes or any, like, bottles larger than the sample sizes, and I actually took all of my samples to Ethiopia and we finished them all there. So we basically came here with no perfume, which is insane. So I ended up getting Cairo in the small size. I think it's 30 ml. I'll show you 1 second. There's so many things that we want to see, but we only have a day left now. Technically a day and a half, because we are leaving at the end of Monday, and we managed to get late checkout from our hotel as well, which is so nice, without paying anything. Honestly, guys, I can't commend and I can't recommend the Mandarin Oriental enough for kids, for flexibility, for, like, anything that I've needed. They're just on it, and I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less because it's a 5-star, but they are on it, and it's done with such care and consideration, and obviously the location's amazing. But yeah, I messaged them yesterday and I was like, my flight's at 5 p.m, the kids nap around 12, I'd really appreciate it if we could check out, like, around 3. They were like, sure. And you're never usually allowed, unless obviously you pay or, like, whatever, but they were like, yeah, sure, that's fine, we can extend your checkout till 3, which is perfect. So check out at 3 o'clock, and then our flight's at 5, so that's literally perfect. I'm at the point of the holiday now where lack of sleep is getting to me, but I'm also running on adrenaline because I'm the kind of person, let me know how you guys are like on holiday, but I'm the kind of person that when I'm on holiday, I'm like, I'm only here for 5 days, like I'm only here for 3 days, I'm only here for X number of days. I need to maximize that. So I'm going out in the morning, I'm going out in the afternoon, and I'm going out in the evening. Sleep can wait. That's literally what I'm like when I'm on a holiday, which obviously is not great because you get to the point now, which is, I think I'm 5 days in, and I'm just, if you just waste time in a hotel or, like, just sitting around, I feel like what's the point? You might as well just do that at home. I don't know. What do you guys do? Like, especially with kids? Because anyway, time for bed. I am getting delirious. It is getting late. I will see you guys tomorrow. I didn't even think about the fact that everything that you have ever purchased that has come from outside of the country that you live in has to have been transported via a shipping container.
Measures have been taken to protect
What's your sharks?
There he is. Here a little bit early, so it's actually all closed, but I did manage to find a few stores and I got a couple things. I'll show you guys later. It's really windy today, actually. It's a really windy day. Like, I haven't seen it this windy since I got here, so hopefully this mic muffles the wind. But I'm just sitting down. I'm back at Mina district again because I just felt like when I came last time, it was a little, was it yesterday or 2 days? I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. It was a little bit too late and I didn't really get to enjoy it in the daytime. And today was actually a little bit cooler, so it wasn't as warm as it was yesterday because it's quite windy. So it's actually a bit of a, you can see I'm literally holding my scarf down. But it's right behind me and the sun is setting. And it's actually our last night here, so this time tomorrow we'll be on the plane, probably just have landed or maybe like half an hour from landing. So yeah, it's been a long 5 days, done a lot, but also it's been quite an introspective one. I had some really good news that I got an email about yesterday or 2 days ago, I think, and that just put things into perspective. Like, it just really made me appreciate this trip even more, and it kind of I feel like in a way it signified that this trip was a bit of a treat and a bit of a well done. And I didn't know that when I booked this literally 4 days ago. I didn't know that this news would come at this time, because I actually was expecting it around 2 weeks ago. So I just kind of gave up on hearing from them, and I just thought, it will come when it comes, it will be when it's meant to be. But I worked really hard to be able to get to the point and get the contract that I did. So I will be sharing with you what it is. It's really exciting. It's something I've never done before. Leave any comments down below, let me know what you think it might be, but it's going to change the game for me, and I'm really excited about this. And yeah, I can't wait to share more about it. I put the kids into the play area that I showed you. If you come here and you have kids, definitely think about putting your kids there. You can do half an hour, which is 40, it's like £8. You can do half an hour, you can do 1 hour, 2 hours, like whatever you want. It's actually quite cool. They do colouring, they do there's like a bounce area, there's like a play pen thing, there's like magnet tiles, Lego, and there's it's perfect. I think it's really important from time to time to just sit down and just reflect. I wanted to walk. There's even more bits of this Mina district. There's more parts that you can walk into. But I thought, you know what? There's no point of tiring yourself out. Just sit down, have a moment, and just take it in. Like, just take everything in. I can see Lusail over there, which is like where the Pearl Harbour is. I can see that part. I didn't even go there. So inshallah, the next time I'm here, I'll definitely come and check it out. But it's such a beautiful city. We have only 1 day left. So like I said, this time tomorrow I'll be in Mia. So literally 24 hours left. So I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. Probably take it slow, but I don't think take it slow is in my dictionary. So we'll see what happens.